Please subscribe Timeline Tourism. City Palace. Udaipur is a palace complex situated in the city of Udaipur in the Indian state of Rajasthan. It was built over a period of nearly 400 years, with contributions from several rulers of the Mewar dynasty. Its construction began in 1553, started by Maharana Udai Singh II of the Sisodia Rajput family as he shifted his capital from the erstwhile Chittor to the newfound city of Udaipur. The palace is located on the east bank of Lake Pichola and has several palaces built within its complex. The city palace in Udaipur was built in a flamboyant style and is considered the largest of its type in the state of Rajasthan. It was built atop a hill, in a fusion of the Rajasthani and Mughal architectural styles, providing a panoramic view of the city and its surroundings. Overlooking Lake Pichola, several historic monuments like the Lake Palace, Jag Mandir, Jagdish Temple, Monsoon Palace, and Neemach Mata Temple are all in the vicinity of the palace complex. Nestled within the Aravali mountain range, these landmarks are associated in popular culture with the filming of the 1983 James Bond movie Octopussy. Maharana Udai Singh II and his successor Maharanas over a period of the next 400 years. The Maharanas lived and administered their kingdom from this palace, thereby making the palace complex an important historic landmark. The Mewar Kingdom was flourished initially in Nagda, 30 kilometers, 19 miles to the north of Udaipur, established in 568 AD by Gohil, the first Maharana of Mewar. In the 8th century, the capital was moved to Chittor, a hilltop fort from where the Sisodias and Chaudharis ruled for 800 years. Maharana Udai Singh II inherited the Mewar kingdom at Chittor in 1537, but by that time there were signs of losing control of the fort in wars with the Mughals. Udai Singh II, therefore, chose the site near Lake Pichola for his new kingdom as the location was well protected on all sides by forests, lakes and the Aravali hills. He had chosen this site for his new capital, much before the sacking of Chittor by Emperor Akbar, on the advice of a hermit he had met during one of his hunting expeditions. The earliest royal structure he built here was the royal courtyard or Rai Angan, which was the beginning of the building of the city palace complex. The court was built at the location where the hermit had advised Maharana to build his new capital. After Udai Singh's death in 1572, his son Maharana Pratap took the reins of power at Udaipur. Later, in the famous Battle of Haldighati, Maharana Pratap lost against the Mughal Emperor Akbar in the year 1576. After the death of Maharana Pratap, Amar Singh I took the reins of power at Udaipur. But with the increasing Marathas attacks by 1761, Udaipur and the Mewar state were in dire straits and in ruins. By 1818, Maharana Bhim Singh signed a treaty with the British accepting their protection against the other empire. After the Indian independence in 1947, the Mewar kingdom, along with other princely states of Rajasthan, merged with the democratic India in 1949. The Mewar kings subsequently also lost their special royal privileges and titles. The successive Maharanas, however, retained their ownership of the palaces in Udaipur and converted parts of the palace complex into heritage hotels. The Palace of Udaipur, which is a glorious symbol of Mewar, in front of thousands of sadhu, sadhwais, Shravak Shravikas, Pujya Sri Ganeshacharya, the then head of Sri Akhil Bharat Varshiya Sadhumargi Jain Sangh, presented the title of Yuvacharya to Muni Sri Nanalalji. The series of palaces in the city palace complex, behind an exquisite facade of 244 meters 801 feet length and 30.4 meters 100 feet height, were built on a ridge on the east of Lake Pichola. The complex is located in Udaipur city at 24.576 degrees north 73.68 degrees east, which is set with an average elevation of 598 meters 1962 feet 13. They were built over a long period, from 1559 onwards, by 22 generations of Sisodia Rajputs. Several Maharanas starting with Udai Singh II have contributed to this edifice, which comprises an agglomeration of structures, including 11 small separate palaces. The unique aspect of this conglomeration is that the architectural design is distinctly homogeneous. The palace complex has been built entirely in granite and marble. The interiors of the palace complex with its balconies, towers and cupolas exhibit delicate mirror work, marble work, murals, wall paintings, silver work, inlay work and leftover of colored glass. The complex provides a view of the lake and the Udaipur city from its upper terraces. The palaces within the complex are interlinked through a number of chalks or quadrangles with zigzag corridors, planned in this fashion to avoid surprise attacks by enemies. Erected in the complex, after entering through the main Tripolia triple gate, are the Suraj Gokhda public address facade, the More Chowk Peacock Courtyard, the Dilkhush Mahal, Heart's Delight, the Surya Chaupar, the Sheesh Mahal Palace of Glass and Mirrors, the Moti Mahal Palace of Pearls, the Krishna Vilas named after Lord Krishna, Shambhu Nivas Royal Residence now, the Bhim Vilas, the Amar Vilas with a raised garden that faces the Badi Mahal, the Big Palace, the Fate Prakash Palace and the Shiv Nivas Palace. The last two have been converted into heritage hotels. The complex is set with facilities of a post office, bank, travel agency, numerous craft shops and also an Indian boutique belonging to the World Wildlife Fund (WWF). The entire complex is the property of the Mewar royal family with various trusts maintaining the structures.